Teens, this is Joanna from Universal Unity and Universal Light Wisdom and Healing Centers. Thank you so much for joining us today. Welcome, welcome, welcome. This is Joanna from Universal Unity, and today we are going to go wide and deep within universal love and universal light wisdoms and the sacred teachings that I, as a divine sacred light teacher, bring forward and offer to the entire human family, my beautiful sacred soul tribe that's gathering from all over the universe, from a myriad of families from the Pleiades and Sirius and Arcturus, and many of the planets that we don't necessarily hear too much from, the Dicarians and Alpha Centauri. And the beautiful beings from our Christ collective and the Christ consciousness. Thank you, and the Ascended Masters. So I'm going right into my zone here. So thank you. Today is the vibration number 10, one of my very favorite numbers, and it allows us to remember who we are as the individual essence sent forth from the breath of Mother, Father, God, from the hearts of Mother, Father, God, into separation, duality, and polarity, all of these aspects that we like to experience that allow us to not only know who we are in the grander essence of our oneness, of our wholeness that can never be severed, ever, 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 regardless of how far deep and wide we go into the universal omnipresence of differentiation, if you will. We're always one. We're always one within that beautiful circle of God, that circle of Source Creator, and this is the vibration number 10. So thank you and welcome, dear human sacred soul tribe and sacred soul family from all over our planet. Thank you once again for tuning in, and our love to you. We wanted to set that off straight because there is deep and profound love here in the gathering of the ethers and the gathering remotely from all over the world. Regardless of where you're situated, the divine heavenly councils and the ethers align within your higher selves. Your higher selves allow you to be where you are in this moment so that you can take part in the beautiful sacred offering that we bring forward every week after week after week. We love to explore who we are, what we exist within, and what exists within us. And this week will be no different. We have a powerful alignment this weekend, along with the beautiful vibrations of the number 10, who we are with God within all things. We have a beautiful alignment over the next 2 days, and today is the alignment, and it's kind of been termed as, we have many of these alignments throughout the year, and we're having more and more of them as we're transitioning into our new footing within our galaxy, if you will. And remember, we talked about many times in many shows of the universe as a whole shifting through its perspective of ascension, if you will. We've talked about this many times, and there is a moving image that we've created a few years ago when I had that image gifted to me in the dentist seat of the universe going through its perspective dimensional shift. And our planet, and we like to take ourselves to the very particle of all that we are, out to the most vast, as each and every one of us are the particles of all that is, moving through our own enlightenment, awakening, and ascension. So too is our planet, so too is our galaxy, so too is our universe. But this alignment that we're talking about today is called the finger of God, and we have many of these celestial alignments because our universe is shifting, our planet is shifting, our galaxy is shifting, all things are shifting in a much grander divine orchestration. And this finger of God, if you will, includes the alignment of Jupiter and Pluto. And this alignment of Jupiter and Pluto is aligning with and directing its energy, pointing directly at the moon. And this moon energy that we've got this weekend, and it's going to continue until Monday in what's called a grand trine on Monday, which will include Venus, Jupiter, and the moon. And so it reminded me and brought forward a beautiful question that I had from a listener, and Tina's going to post that in the chat area from last week or the week before. I can't remember because our version of time is moving so very fast. But there was a question about the integration and our significance and our role with the moon, with all of these beautiful transitions and these alignments that we've been moving through. And everyone is noticing the shifting beneath our feet, if you will, and these beautiful, profound transitional energies. And why we're offered such alignments as we are in this beautiful weekend, this beautiful, powerful weekend, to allow us to truly soak within the symbolisms of these moon energies and what that means for humanity. And each and every one of us will have a different and unique symbolic message because each and every one of us are moving through our own unique, individual, soulful plan of healing, of reunifying, of arising once again from the ashes, if you will, and becoming our own sacred phoenix, if you will. But in my own interpretation and in what I'm sensing and what I'm feeling, the moon energies allow us to discover and to evolve through is we look at the energy of this finger of God, which is Jupiter and Pluto. And Jupiter for me is the number 5 frequency, and number 5 frequency is change. Change, 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 and big change, profound change. Jupiter is the father of the sky, and I often play this game with my kids when we talk about the planets, and I say, what number is Jupiter, and what does it mean for you? And they always come up with father of the sky right away. That's the one that they remember, because it's the biggest. It's the biggest energy within our galaxy. It's the biggest energy within our version of sky, if you will, and what we've known to be as human sky, which will be expanding out into even farther cosmic winds. And we'll get to know even more planets, the Alpha Centauris, and these beautiful beings that are always with us, but are not really talked so much about because we've only known life to be on our planet. And however, we're expanding in all these ways, and our planets allow us to understand this, that there's consciousness and life in all ways, in all frequencies, in all planets. And we're getting to understand that and know that and feel into our cosmic oneness, our universal oneness. But with the alignment of Jupiter and Pluto, Pluto in our human culture has been kind of taken off the family list and put back on, if you will, based on how it's been understood, its characteristics, and what makes a planet a planet. However, in my understanding and how I've sensed it, Pluto has always been within the divine human family, always, for me, regardless of what has been, described or termed. Because we're always moving through these transitional and evolutionary understandings of who we are as a galaxy, and what our characteristics are shifting and changing so very drastically. But Pluto has always been to be known as the dwarf planet, the smallest, if you will, and here's Jupiter, the biggest. And in this beautiful alignment where we have the biggest aspect of our galaxy stepping up to the plate to say, even the smallest aspect of life, of all things, that we may have termed in one aspect to be not really playing a part, if you will, but absolutely makes a part of all things. And in these energies of my own interpretations, the moon has always felt for me to be a catalyst of healing vibrations and reintegration of balance. That's what the moon means for me. It's a divine feminine frequency. It's got the beautiful silver potentiation. The silver potentiation is alchemy. It's change, it's transition. It's alchemy in its highest form of compassion and love. Alchemy in all ways is the movement of love. And that's the divine feminine frequency brought back into balance in our human understanding and our human association of all things. And so this weekend we can provide great and profound celebration, dear lighted ones, as we offer our own unique symbolisms and our own unique heartfelt passions about exploring more of who we are within the grand galaxy of the omnipresence of all that we are. For there's far more galaxies and families and friends of all universal forms and frequencies reaching out to us as the children of God that we are, allowing us to see that in all moments with these beautiful celestial alignments, and the finger of God is one of the most powerful alignments that we can create for ourselves as a human awareness. For the Father of the sky, the Father of the galaxy, the Father of our known solar system, if you will, as big and as grand, as profound it is, and the energies and the symbologies that come with Jupiter in and of itself. Aligning with Pluto, a divine power player, if you will, for our cosmic energy. And in alignment of that essence in supporting us. And we have Pluto beings with us all the time, the Plutonians. 6-dimensional beings that have been in communication with me for a few years now, with my grid work in what I'm doing. And coming forward to silently, they're very quiet and very, very subtle beings. But there is communication with us at all times, and they're within our local skies, in our atmosphere, supporting us in all ways. And for these two to be in alignment, the symbologies are just so soft and lovely and profound. When you have the big essence of the sky and the opportunities and the abundance and the prosperity and the change that we are being ushered into. And that's Jupiter. Jupiter is an ushering energy. I mean, there's just no two ways about it. It's ushering us into something big. And when you have it aligned with the beautiful Pluto, which is the most farthest aspect out into the galaxy, that far-reaching, do you see what we're saying here, dear lighted ones? Can you feel your celestial families with you? In the human form of all that you are reaching. And you're reaching with your hearts, and you're reaching with your arms as you feel the beautiful hands and arms of all that you are just reaching out to the sky as you spread your wings. and the heart of all that you are, reaching out to creation with your beautiful Christed heart. Because you have the Father of the sky, you have the Father God, allowing you to know that you are supported in all ways with every alignment that they may create and co-create within our entire omnipresence. Here we are. We're far-reaching, and all are inclusive, all are valued, all are required in all ways. And the beautiful moon energy is the essence of the mother energy, the divine essence of healing potentialities, of allowing yourself to be washed and cleansed with the beautiful alchemy colors of the diamond white and silvery essence of new, of beginning, of liquid light, to allow your heart to be felt first with love and compassion, allowing yourself to come forward with your own authentic soul song, and in your Christed sovereignty, you arise to new beginnings, new portals, new gateways, new alignments. And the finger of God in this interpretation, and I'm getting a vision of one of the most beautiful paintings of our time, and it's on the Sistine Chapel, and the finger of God, if you will, of the Sistine Chapel. And this is what I'm seeing right now. And the finger of God is this profound meaning of the essence of all majesty, of the ineffable, unwavering essence that is within. And that finger of God is in all things, in all moments, in all of us. And we take pause, great pause, in the profound symbolisms that are gifted in all moments for us to ever awaken to, as vast and as wide and as grand as each and every one of us are. We're so very healed and soothed with the simplest and most gentle of touches, with the whispers that can only be heard in the purity of silence. When you drop to your heart, and with the purity of your intent, you allow yourself to will the finger of God to transform and illuminate all things within your life. For there is nothing, there is no challenge, there is no mountain, there is no obstacle that cannot be transformed by love and by the hand of God. There just isn't. And why we are gifted such profound alignments, and why we gather week after week after week. And even for those that sit in your chairs, not necessarily sensing or feeling or understanding or knowing even why you're there, but there you are, you're here. How you found your way to that chair, to that channel, to this moment in which we gather as a one human family, drawn and pulled, if you will, from the depths of our hearts. For we desire and we ache for those moments in which the walls and the beliefs and the restrictions can come down, and we can allow ourselves to feel the blessings living right through us as we breathe, as we entwine, as we tangle in a new dance. And we allow the cosmic omnipresence of all that we are. And we call spirit forth within us. And we call light forth within us. And we allow the soul threadings of all that we are to awaken in this now moment that we create our own oneness and our own unity and our harmony within our human family. For it is in this gathering that we co-create unity and harmony in galactic and cosmic and universal and omnipresence oneness. And for each of us to go forward in our moment for moment lives and weekly unfoldings, and know that in every moment, in moments like this, we catalyze our harmony and our peace and our oneness. And we allow the honor and respect of all lives. For there is the finger of God and the hand of God and the heart of God and the eyes of God in all things. And all are valid, all are required. For the grander unfolding and the grander stories that each and every one of us are notes within, are the elegance and the essence within, the masterpieces upon ceilings and walls that each and every one of us co-create. And so the moon energy, and thank you for our listener writing that in, under wanting to have a new perspective of what the moon energies are mean for all of these transitional times. And the moon energy is, for me, it's bringing the divine feminine back into balance, the divine feminine of allowing the depths of all that we are within all of our human evolutionary eons of experience. And we say dark and light, and we say these words that we've gifted so much energy and power to, but are truly one. Really, they are. And this is why we can rest and we can sigh and we can truly let go of the illusions that we've co-created as far as fear and limitation and anything that we've created to be as separation. We've co-created and we've manifested within the power of all that we are. And in all aspects of our universe, there is only love. But for us to experience all aspects of love, we create those illusions and those experiences of those separative moments and duality moments and polarity moments, so that all that is can be seen, can be felt, can be known, can be touched for all the love that it is. For the divine male would not have known divine male if there were not the divine female for its reflection. And so too, the divine female for the male and its reflection. Do you see what we're saying, dear lighted ones? And for every dog to have a cat for its reflection, and every human for its reflection. And so too for us to be that. Do you see what we're saying here, dear lighted ones? And we can go on forever and infinite because God is. You are. The moon energy is symbolic for its divine grounding and anchoring, because that's what the moon energy is for us. It's our gravitational energy in our oneness with Gaia. It allows us to feel her presence. It allows us to feel and know when it's okay to be within those shadow moments and feel into it and understand the wisdoms and the lessons that it's presenting to us in that polarity moment, in that divine essence of moving within that ever eternal flux and flow. Because all creation is. It's never a straight up path. There's always movement and flux and flow and magnetism in all life. The constant recombination of cells, the continual splitting of cells, the beautiful synchronicities of love and how love magnetizes energy to you as you're sending energy out. And we're constantly in a movement and an evolution through thought, form, and consciousness, the ever flowing web of creation and consciousness. We're present within it, ever creating. And that moon energy allows us to see our creations in all of its form and anchoring it to Gaia, so that we understand the fullness of all that we are in our light, so that we understand the fullness of all that we are and how we are able to anchor and ground new light potentiation. And that divine feminine allows us to experience compassion in all ways as it lives through us, as we open and offer it through us. And it takes our state of stillness and presence and silence to open and offer it in and allow it to live through us, and not just be a concept that is for another moment, but living in moment for moment presence as you are the finger of God. You are within the heart and the eyes and the pulsing and the the movement of the blood in all ways, just as the particles of God are within you. And this beautiful subject and topic of the moon energies and these beautiful celestial alignments are leading us right into our beautiful topics of today. But we wanted to allow you to really soak within the energies of these beautiful moon alignments and these Jupiter and Venus and Pluto alignments, allowing us to truly see the opportunities and to see the auspiciousness of the grand orchestration, the divine orchestration that goes far beyond what we can see or understand at this time, but it can be felt within the subtleties of our very foot placing upon our planet. And that's what allows the moon energies to live through us. Because when we place our foot upon the planet, and that's that gravitational crystalline grid energy that remembers us and knows us in our most energetic form, Gaia remembers. Her crystalline heart remembers. And we do so with greater care, and we do so with greater light, allowing us to harmonize in new ways to our fullness, our allness, our universal potential, to create light, to be in one with our omnipresence, to be in one with our brethren, to be in love with those moments in which those divine male frequency rays, those frequency energies that we are in constant ebb and flow with, and to understand who you are as a divine temple of light, anchoring and grounding with your pillar of light, activating God breath, feeling your feet within the sands and soils of Gaia and anchoring with her crystalline heartbeat, and being in similitude and unison with the co-creations through your presence, through your soft and gentle will, through your ability to create and manifest and magnetize those co-creations and those divine will, those divine male frequencies, as they're living through you in the ebbs and the flows, so that you can take advantage of and co-create with those emotional energies in a positive and loving and discerning way, in which your energies don't override you, if you will, or your emotions don't override you, but you're calm and still and centered, which is what moon energy is. The divine female, the divine anchoring of that moon is being centered in all ways, so that you feel your grounding, you feel your Christed consciousness, you feel your attunement in your oneness of Godness. And that comes from our topics last week and the energies from last week, and how we're cycling into these new energies of having faith and trust in who you are as your Christed essence. And allowing yourself to have your shoulders back as you walk forward in this moment for moment unfolding of divine human experience. And you walk forward in light, and you offer the divine in all that you are, so that the divine in all that is entangles and loves with you. And you walk with your shoulders back, and you release that fear, for your light that you carry is profound. And all that you may magnetize is Christed light, dear lighted ones. You may see or observe remnants and fragments of energies that are in transition. And each and every human upon this planet is moving through and experiencing their own version of their energetic remnants, if you will. Because those are the frequencies that were emitted. And this is why each and every one of us are learning from each and every one of us in all ways. And we're a beautiful family of one. And why I have such great reverence and passion for the divine human experience. I truly, truly do. In many of my moments in which I've wept, more than I think one person could have wept. And I'm always awoken by the finger in the hand of God that just says, it just takes but a touch of love, and you're altered and you're illuminated forever to see how beautifully precious this ride is. And my heart is opened. For within any of the experiences that we may see and or be a part of or move through and move with our human family. For it's within the heart that our spirits truly rise, and we entangle and we thread as one. And your triumph is all triumphs. And you're supported in all ways by your human family, by your universal family, by the divine heavenly families, for you are within it, as they are you. Your tears are felt. Your laughter is felt. Your joys, your celebrations are felt. your anchoring of your pure intent to be your Christed version of you and align with the Christed timeline that you desire to experience in this now moment, for it's you. And you see yourself moving about in such beautiful, divine, and sacred ways in which you create sacred play with others in your sacred soul tribe. And you manifest beautiful inventiveness, and you create these beautiful experiences with others. For it is through your heart. Dear ones, please remember your hearts. For your hearts are the portal to all things. All experiences of joy and laughter. Experiences of forgiveness of self. Of acceptance of self. Exaltation of self. Creativity of self. The honoring of self in all things, in all ways, in all beings, in all alignments, in all planets, in all breath. May we remember our hearts, dear lighted ones, as we step forward into new universal energies of light and love, and we are aligned with the most auspicious and most divine celestial offerings from the Heavenly Mother, Father, and Source Creator, so that each and every one of us in all moments allow the divine human heart to awaken and arise to the potentiations that we could have only dreamed of as we bring the heaven upon earth into new realities of co-creation. You are loved, dear divine human family. As we beautifully anchor these beautiful divine mother energies that we are being offered this weekend. And my heart is just filled with so much love and appreciation for the divine lessons that we do allow ourselves to experience. Allow your hearts to be open and pure in this moment of now, dear light ones. For the blessings of the heavens are allowing us to live in this now moment as a new creative energy and source, reaching through us and swaying and dancing with us as we breathe. Human potentiation, divine human timelines of light and exaltation. Thank you. And that was a beautiful divine offering from a question that was sent in from a listener and allowed us to dive deeper and more rich and more fully within our beautiful celestial and galactic families of the beautiful sun and the moon and Mother, Father, Creator and Source Creator of all that is, living and breathing within us to align with and to be a part of these beautiful Jupiter and Pluto moments that are vibrating and percolating today. So please allow yourselves to honor and create a beautiful little ceremony and a ritual for yourself that allows your heart to come to greater open allowing and sovereignty within all that you are within these beautiful energies. There is another alignment that we talked about on Monday, and it's called a grand trine. And there are many people that have grand trines on their celestial and astrological alignments in the time that they were born and what they chose to co-create and experience. And I have a grand trine in my astrological, numerological blueprint, if you will. But this grand trine that's happening on Monday is with Venus, Jupiter, and the moon. And Venus, again, as we've always related to our beautiful divine feminine frequencies of love and of passion and beauty, and allowing ourselves to truly feel the luxury of life, to feel into and be present and the essence of. And the energy of Venus is truly harmonization. And that's living in harmonization, which means you must be present within it. To be in harmony of beauty, you must be present with it, in it, of it, allowing it, opening in it. Harmonization is the essence, as we've talked about in other shows and other offerings and other divine sacred soul tribe gatherings. Harmonization is your allowance and your surrender into the energy of the moment, and whether it be the energy of Venus, whether it be the energy of the moon and the divine feminine mother energy, whether it be into a beautiful healing from an Akash, whatever it is, you're harmonizing with and you're allowing that healing to take place. You're harmonizing with your God self, for there's nothing to fear, for you are all things. And you're allowing that voice to be heard in however it may present itself, whether it be through a beautiful flower, and you're harmonizing with the beauty of it, with the beauty of Gaia offering it to you, and the beautiful floral medicine that's offered in it. For this will be a topic that we will discover more and more and reach out into the stars and the cosmic intelligence, if you will, because it's a passion of mine and I've had in other lifetimes that are coming to the forefront for me, and I'm having quite fun exploring it and what I know to be true with flowers and the beautiful essence of flowers and how they can shift the energies of the cells, and they can shift the energies of the matrix within the bodies, if you will. And so this will be something that we will be exploring more and more. And there will be, when I come up with my remembrances, I'm going to be creating resources, and it will go on our website. And the website, just for a reminder, is http://ulwhc.com, as well as universalunity.ca. And these are universal love and light wisdoms that we offer. And so this will be more and more of our organic offering. It's universal love and light wisdom. And in all of that, in all things that are offered, it is there because it's God. It's love and light wisdom. And the floral energies is something that's just recently awoken for me. And in some of my meditations, my teams are giving me essence oils and flowers to tune into and remember how it can assist in the shifting of the dynamic of energies that myself and my kids are going through. Whether it be puberty or whether it be challenges with certain aspects of the body as they're going through their ascension. Because remember, as each and every one of us as adults move through our ascension plan and our DNA activation, so too do the children. And I notice it when I'm going through a DNA activation that my children, within hours and days, I can see they're going through their shifts and adjustments. They're changing their eating habits, and they're moving away from different types of foods. And so these energies are coming back because I'm calling them in. I'm reaching into all that I am as an omnipresent being, if you will, and I'm asking for those soul threads to become available and thread to me those wisdoms and informations that are held within the grander omnipresence of all that I am. And so this is really lovely and exciting, and so I'll share those. But just know that our website, and I had a beautiful conversation with our website person yesterday. Her name is Petra, and she's a beautiful divine being. And she's taken our website beyond what I'd ever imagined. And there's going to be a beautiful networking and area where the Sacred Soul Tribe can really commune and entangle. And so it will be growing, it will be expanding. But our offering is always and will be love and light wisdom and the resources, so that parents and guardians and teachers and light workers can all have access to these beautiful love and light wisdoms and resources to continue on the path of love, to continue on the path of exploring the God within. And so we're very blessed, and we're very grateful for all the Sacred Soul family and tribe for, as you send out those energies of requesting information and requesting resources, the universe is assisting us in allowing the amalgamation and for all these things to take place. And this is a part of the divine orchestration that I see unfolding. Because I'm often, as a visionary, I can often see things at a multidimensional level in which one person may be thinking a thought of, I wonder how I can assist my son in the stomach trouble that he's been having with certain foods. I can see that one thought and branching out to the various threads that are pulling together the benevolence of the omnipresence webbing to make something occur so that a resource is made and found. And so this is how this divine orchestration that we've often talked about is now becoming more present and more subtle and more obvious to so many people, because that's the synchronicity working, that's the majesty of God working, and it can be seen, as we talked about last week, as just a playful offering about understanding or looking into a new vehicle for the family, and all of a sudden it's parked right beside the car when I came out of an appointment. So these are the majesties and the synchronicities that are all within the omnipresence bedding that we are all awakening to and more present with. And so our website will be really an offering of all of this divine orchestration. It truly, truly is. And this is why I just feel so at peace, and it's so, at rest with I just feel all is taken care of, all is well, and I'm not concerned in any way at all about where we're going. It's just so beautiful, and every moment unfolding is it's the divine orchestration, because I can sense and I can feel that these resources will be of great service to those that are moving through the family awakening, as all families are, however that family looks, because our family, unique family, my 3 children and my ex-husband, we're a unique family in our pets. We're a unique family, and we're going to be creating a unique opportunity in which we can have communal living, in which we're all available to one another. And we're going beyond the paradigms that was. And often we're transcending those thoughts and beliefs that it doesn't have to be a certain way anymore, because we're rewriting human definitions of our co-creations. We're rewriting the potentiation of trust and faith and love, and we're rewriting the truths of who we are in a very beautiful and Christed and malleable way. And why not? That's our birthright. We're gifted upon the beautiful essence of this now moment, this co-creation of this now moment, as beautiful, divine, ascending, beautiful, heavenly humans. For the birthright to own and claim and be the essence of the light of all that we are as Christed beings. That's our birthright, dear lighted ones. And so we have every opportunity, and we have every excitement as the beautiful children that we are, to go forward with wonder and excitement and rewrite our human experience in how it should look, and how we live, and how we gather, and how we co-create, and how we network with one another, and create similitude and synchronicities and networking with one another, instead of it being very competitive and individually based, as it has been for so many years, because it's been fairly ruled by the energies of the old earthly energies. And we're beyond that now. We're so beyond that. And so the only way that this allows it to unfold is for each and every one of us to truly own that authentic soul voice within, that soul song within. And we know what those are, because when you get in those quiet moments, or even when you're busy about your day, that inner voice, that higher self voice, that divine sacred mind is sending you cues and wisdoms and saying, let's do this way now. It's time to move on. Let's try this now. Let's gather in the family room and turn off all electronics now. It's time. It's really time. And so it takes each and every one of us to create these new behavioral choices, these new rewriting of these human family stories, if you will. And this is why I'm so passionate to come forward, because as I see it unfolding in my home, I allow those inspirations and excitements to also fulfill the beautiful beginnings and new pages of the stories that each and every one of us write in our own unique way. And it's supposed to be that way, our own unique stories of our own rewriting of a human potentiation of light and love. And how beautiful is that? And how this beautiful energy of this first hour has really flowed into the topic that we had today. We're just getting into it now. We'll go into it more within our second hour, but we'll do an alignment with you before we end this first hour. But with all of these beautiful energies, this number 10 energy, and the beautiful energies of the finger of God, and the beautiful harmonization of the moon, and bringing the moon and the divine feminine frequencies in harmonization, and rebalancing our multidimensional bodies, the physical, the mental, the emotional, the etheric, and bringing in balance through these beautiful times of transitions, and the ebbs and the flows, and the ups and the downs, and all of these things that we experience in all moments. And why it's so very key for us to always remember the breath and the centering in which that moon allows us to offer, is that grounding within the sands and soils, and centering of the crystalline heartbeat of Gaia. Because I've noticed that when I pay more particular attention to my grounding and my centering in high moon accelerated energy times, as full moons or new moons, then I see and I feel myself experiencing a much more calm and peaceful state. And that's the state that I set, as we said before, within my house, within my home, within our home. Because it's usually the parents that set the vibrational frequency within the home, as far as the divine sacred love, the divine safe place for communication, the safe place for exploration of gifts that the children have, and each and every one of us have, to express and to create and offer it freely without judgment or guidelines or restrictions, if you will, which is, again, energy that we're transcending and moving away from. And so all of these are beautiful healing energies. They're beautiful vibrational energies in which we move into a reinvention of who we are. And that's what the moon catalyzes. It catalyzes reinvention of the self, of rebirth of the self, of the harmonization of all that we are in balance. We are all male. We are all female. We are all those energies of Divine Mother Father coming forward now in our light, with our hearts open and pure and wide, and allowing us to truly experience the all that we are in our omnipresence, our benevolence. And that was our topic for today. Our topic for today is the omnipresence, the consciousness of the omnipresence of who we are, and we're experiencing it. We can feel it, and we can sense it in all things. When you're walking about the street, you can feel the omnipresence of benevolence, where a bird just comes to you. And the omnipresence of all that is, that God essence that is unseen but felt in every way. And as you awaken, you will feel more and more and more of it. And that's what's so exciting. That's why being human is so very beautiful and rich and colorful. Because the omnipresence, the essence of benevolence, the God bedding of all that is, the omnipresence is living through us. And it can be felt and touched and heard and smelled in every way. And we're finding this in some experiences in my home where the kids and I, and we're feeling the telepathy between one another. And we're just weaving this telepathy. And why we're all threading in moments where, you know, if there's thoughts or emotions that are going through turmoil, then we can stop and say, okay, let's ground and let's breathe. Because we can feel it. The ebbing of your house is changing. And it can be felt for those awake and attuned. And waking into their cosmic frequencies of sight and sound that go beyond what we've ever been taught and told, because it's multidimensional. It's quantum, truly quantum. And that's the only way that I can explain it, because your galactic and cosmic audible potentialities are quantum. And it's not, it hasn't been written about. When we went to Japan for the first time, we talked about it, and I brought it up quite often because I was activated there more deeply into my galactic and my cosmic audible frequencies. And it really, for me, it's from the shoulder area up to the back of the neck area, the back of the ears, and it's like a beautiful it's like a beautiful crown, if you will, of energy that's from the shoulders, and it just goes all the way up, and it's through the pineal. And I just feel the pineal being the center through which I can call forward light to clear and cleanse, and call forward my higher self, and various other, clearings and cleansings and activations and sensings. And it flows through the pineal. But the cosmic and the galactic and the multidimensional audible intuitiveness is awakening more profoundly, and many, many people will feel it. And it usually begins as ringing of the ears, the inner ear ringing. And then it later progresses to, it just feels, for me, there's sometimes pressure on the temples, and it can go back behind the ears as well, in the back of the skull, where the mouth of God is at the very base of the neck, if you will, the base of the skull, at the top of the neck. And the cosmic reverberations that you're feeling behind your ears, and it goes out, 2 to 3 feet. But I can sense, if I attune, I can sense it going farther out. And I'm showing myself it right now, and it's on the left side. I'm showing myself, and I can thread that out if I want. And that's just the awakening to your attunement skills and abilities. And it's just practice. It takes practice. And you can allow yourself with your higher mind, your higher sacred mind, and you can allow that those skills and wisdoms to come forward. Call it forward. I'd like to tune into my multidimensional bodies and attune to my cosmic and galactic audible skills. And you can feel the energies in your fields and when information is being deposited or activated. And it will come to you when you're in those soft moments of sacred play, as we've talked about many times before. But this is giving you an example of how we are moving fluidically as the God particles of all that we are in the omnipresence. And in this fluidic movement of allowance and flow and beauty and these beautiful divine moments of allowing yourself to be the God essence that you are, and that God reverberation of love, and being the light that you are, and being present within it and harmonizing within it. And that neutral, that beautiful neutral higher self perspective in which you're grounded and rooted with Gaia. And you can see the ebbs and the flows, but you're allowing yourself discernment, and you're allowing yourself that higher wisdom of understanding to know when to use that energy to act upon and when to allow it to be soft and reflective. Because not all moments are active. They just can't be. And that's the cycle of evolution. There are moments in which you will be acting upon the energy through excitement, through inspiration. And that's, again, knowing yourself within the omnipresence. Is this a moment where I just choose to be soft and reflective? And usually when we occur and then align ourselves with these celestial offerings, they allow us to remember, as well as our planetary seasonal alignments, whether it be fall equinox or the summer solstice. They each allow us certain energies and vibrations in the cycle to honor, to appreciate, to be still within, to reflect upon, so that we may move within it, harmonize within it, so that you are the hand of God, so that you are the aspect in that particle of life that's being touched anew, to be reborn anew. Do you see what we're saying here, dear lighted ones? Your ability to allow the all to live through you, as you are the all. You can allow yourself at any given moment the excitement and the wisdom and the intelligence to be all aspects of the equation. And that's the potential that we are offered in all moments, and that's the blessing from God. That's the majesty of why we are here, to remember that we are all aspects of the equation. And why each and every one of us have such profound and dynamic power and empowerment to know that the heavens live through us. Each and every one of us are the archangels. Each and every one of us are the Christ collective. Each and every one of us are the Divine Mother Father. For we are aspects of the all, living in all moments and allowing it to be reflected to us in all ways. And Gaia, in this consciousness bedding, will be one of our primary sources of beauty, of healing, of potentiation and experience of unity and harmony and gathering. For when I think of Gaia, I think of Sacred Soul Tribe. When I think of Gaia, I think of beautiful moments where I'm on my belly on the grass and I'm just in awe. And I'm in wonder of how the most smallest and most intricate aspect of life is so perfectly designed and orchestrated to be exactly where it is for me to see it and participate with it and entangle with it and dance with it. And Gaia, her heart is open in all moments. All that she offers is a blessing for us to come within. My doors are open. Take a peek with me while we walk the forest. Let's talk. And we open our hearts to our human brethren. We are one within the all. Let's talk. How may I just be here for a hand to hold, or a smile, or a basket of cookies that I offer in a time of need? For our hearts are one, dear lighted ones, the omnipresence beating within us. Dum, dum. Dum, dum. Remember your hearts, dear lighted ones. Remember your hearts. The Divine and Holy Mother Father within all things, whispering the song of love through you at the divine sacred heart of all that you are. And as you open your hands in this moment of oneness before we close out for our break, allow your feet to be grounded within the sands and soils and softly align and attune with the divine sacred heartbeat of Gaia, as we see the illumination of the crystalline light fields and the Christed grids all over our planet, and we allow our hearts to be threaded within oneness as the one human heart beats with the pink, beautiful essence of the Christ consciousness light that reverberates through each and every one of our soul hands, and the essence of all that we are in the ethers, and through our multidimensional essence, as we sprinkle the divine Christed light in all things in all ways, as we see all colors of the rainbow that we are being offered to creation in our one human, divine, harmonic voice and the song of God that lives through us all. For within every alignment, within every flower, within every animal, flora, fauna aspect, water, air, trees and soil and sand and rocks, we are one. Divine human brethren, we are one. And may you feel yourself in this moment, allowing yourself to touch upon the God within you, as in God in all things, that you see and that you seek and that you admire and that you allow the beauty to live through. For it's you. And as you notice all beauty, it's you. As you recognize the oneness, it's you. As you recognize the harmony and the peace and the love and the joy and the laughter, it's you. So dear lighted ones, join us after the break. We're going to go into an alignment meditation, and we're also going to talk about faith and alignment with these beautiful energies and the harmony of being human. Thank you, dear lighted ones, for entangling with us in this beautiful and divine Sacred Soul Tribe co-creation. For more information on our divine offerings, self-healing sessions, events, books, and monthly Sacred Temple teachings, a universal unity offering, may we forever dance in the beautiful light of all that we are as Christed beings of divine living light. Thank you, dear friends. Thank you, dear family. Thank you, divine and heavenly councils and Mother, Father, God.